the time to spread our wings. Jesus our Lord, the King of Kings. Rejoice and embrace, take in his light. Feel his love, joy, and unmatched might.
Are my ears bleeding?
Hello and welcome. Today I will be featuring a short clip taken from an interview the Illusion chose to participate in recently in an attempt to boost his subscribers. Before we begin, a little background. The Illusion has claimed on numerous occasions many people have stolen his work. For context, the clips you are about to see occurred after the stream's host asked the Illusion to share his opinions on the eclipse of April 8, 2024. We begin with the Illusion spouting his usual nonsense.
So I'll just cover the eclipse a little bit for you, but I think the 48, the biggest connection is Israel declared its independence in 48, which was the same year that King Charles III was born. I think that's what the 48 was.
After that, it got interesting for me when he shares his own opinions on eclipses. In the next clip, observe how he uses the phrase, "for me," as well as the phrase, "I believe," during his eclipse breakdown. These phrases give viewers the impression these are his original thoughts and opinions in his own words. It's also important to note his eyes are focused on his laptop screen and moving from left to right in a stereotypical reading fashion. This got me thinking, are these words actually his?
But for me, since total solar eclipses are so rare and unusual, it's tempting for us to perceive them as random coincidences of nature, that coincidence again. But they're nothing of sort. I believe they follow a complex pattern of physical and mathematical rules that makes it possible to predict their occurrences. That's why we're able to predict when there's going to be these eclipses. Been doing that since ancient times.
The Illusion is not the most intelligent of beings despite his claims. So the grammatical and linguistic construction of his eclipse explanation raised a huge red flag for me. It led me to think some form of plagiarism had taken place. So I decided to do a quick search. I entered his alleged explanation into a search engine. It was no shock to me when I got a hit. When I clicked the link, it took me to a Christian website called Focus on the Family, Canada. The page contained an article headlined, "The Solar Eclipse, God's Glory Veiled and Revealed." And there we have it, the great Illusion, guilty of plagiarism again. The eclipse musings he passed off as his own in this interview were stolen from this Christian website, word for word. How low will this man go to part you from your money when even his fellow Christians are not off limits? I would be interested to know if the plagiarized excerpt from this Christian website article found its way into his eclipse book. If it did, I wonder just how much plagiarized content, including codes, his books actually contain. My educated guess, most of the information in his books is plagiarized.
But for me, since total solar eclipses are so rare and unusual, it's tempting for us to perceive them as random coincidences of nature, that coincidence again. But they're nothing of sort. I believe they follow a complex pattern of physical and mathematical rules that makes it possible to predict their occurrences. That's why we're able to predict when there's going to be these eclipses. Been doing that since ancient times.
That's all for this video. Thank you for your time. I do have many more examples of the Illusion being deceitful in the locker and will upload more videos, time permitting. One last thing, stop paying this man for his work. Most of it isn't his.
Woo, baby! God wins. Woo.
Satan's minions at work again?